I'm with it. I'm with it.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up next, we've got what should be a good one between the Denver Broncos and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, so the snow and rain have stayed out of the forecast, but we're in for a cold afternoon at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
Oh, that bullshit, huh?
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This is taken at the 3.
Real quick, I only need it real quick. Are you texting the guy you're playing? No, I'm actually playing. Are you texting the guy you're playing? No, I'm actually playing. I fucking hate my voice. Stuff like that. Where's my phone? Where's my phone? You just downloaded this right now? Yeah, huh?
Pretty good return here.
Like this is live? Like people
They are led out by the 15th overall selection in 2019.
Since I don't have the phone,
State Buckeye Dwayne Haskins.
my original phone I can't connect, so I just send it and then save it and share it.
Plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. Starter introduction time now. Brandon Sheriff, Charles, really solid.
Tremendous player. A left tackle in college, has the versatility to play either tackle or guard in the NFL. No matter where you plug him, you're assured of an excellent performance.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On 2nd down, here's Haskins. He'll have a first down past the 40 as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
Dude,
that's where he, their big tight end, is
why
so
is my
good,
fucking roster all fucked up?
Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well.
This is fucking dumb, dude. We game now.
Nice run there, 9 yards. And a 2nd down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these are bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
Brandon, unless my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, that's the second time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver. Let's see what kind of adjustments the defense is going to make to try and take that away.
And a quick throw here. That's complete. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it up.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Calvin Ridley, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one, out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who have helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
I got it. Mike, check, 59. Pick it up.
He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets
Oh my God.
Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Nice play there to force the
Yeah,
incompletion.
well, they're in the road.
When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you
I don't know, he left him in the back of my truck or
get
something.
the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And Denver getting set to take the field. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd.
The ball comes out, and this one's going to go out of bounds.
What happened?
Recovery, but on fourth down,
Oh, were you watching that with them?
Anyway.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Haskins and the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Now it's Haskins. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside
I hate playing
the
certain
30.
computers like this. They
A
just don't make every
well-executed
fucking throw.
22-yard gain. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Black. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. On second
In my
down
truck.
now, it's Lawrence. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Looking to throw, Haskins. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And, oh, it'll be intercepted.
Thank you, Fuller.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. That's complete. It's Gordon.
That's pissing me off. They don't block up Hill,
after
dude.
a gain of 2, and it
Fucking
brings up
dumb.
2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Go, go.
Here's 2nd and 8. He's going to air one out. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time.
Damn!
Hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Now. Go, go, go. Mike 3. Hey, Mike 7. Stay situation. Go.
They'll set up to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Mike 4, Mike 4. Check the out, check the out, check the out. Mike 4.
2nd and 6. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route, complete.
No, he fell forward.
Yardage as he takes it down to the 49. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Around the NFL, an update from a game going on down in Tampa. And a 2-touchdown lead for the Buccaneers as they've just scored again. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Chris Jones on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. And this one
Come the fuck on, bro. You fucking 6'4", homie. To be fucking running dudes over when they try to fucking put a body on you, man.
Predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Running on 1st down, Eckler. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
See, this is what the sun does to him.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
Yeah.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Please.
And do so.
What?
Bye. I didn't get breakfast and cheese out of the last 2 trays I bought.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
What
When you
up?
see zone defense and you know you got to drag.
Hey, I don't have my
you got to be
I don't have my
careful
phone
as a
linked to
passer
my
about
account
how
right
far you
now,
let your
so
guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll set up a throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
I don't know why he cut in.
Contact, no
He had
call, and it's
the
third
back of the
down.
end zone wide open.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey, watch the slant.
Now back to throw. And it's caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the
Oh, are
momentum
they?
because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
They're going to look to throw. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. From 3 yards out as they are now on the board here in the first half. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing
They wasn't playing when they brought that blitz.
In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Come on, fellas.
Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow, you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now. So you're not protecting a lead. So you're not playing that way. You've got to go get the lead again. So maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Play action. Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Haskins to throw it. He's got his big tight end, Fant. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Dumps it off to Gurley. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40. And
Damn, that was kind of wild.
The first down marker.
That certainly
hey, yo, Chase.
Very well by the defense.
Hey, who's watching right now?
Underneath, by all means.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And it's taken in at the 9.
Solid return, boy.
In the end zone, no doubt, but it's brought down after a huge return there. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. On the NFL scoreboard, 2nd quarter up in Minneapolis. And the Lions adding more points to their total, extending that lead. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one.
It was like a magnet, like the game didn't even let me cut straight up the middle like I wanted to, man. That was
loss of 3.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
2nd and 13. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
You okay, Uncle?
Completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. This quarterback now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Bravo! 59 mark, check, 59. Let's go. Ready.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Dorsett making the catch. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Here we go.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And they're going to lose some on this
Bro, who
play.
are these guys DN, man? Taking on 2 of my dudes.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Ready? 15 line. 15 line. You ain't going nowhere. Let's go.
They'll drop the throw. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to...
Are you fucking kidding me, dude? How do you overthrow that, man? That was fucking dumb.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone.
It's funny, though. You throw those over the middle, they throw them straight to the linebackers. You throw it to somebody wide open on the outside, fucking overthrow by a mile.
Not be able to believe it.
6 points.
Yeah.
Well, the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate in front of them.
I really appreciate
they may
it,
not
bro.
be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've hit half. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else. I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult.
No.
You're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders,
in the back,
using guys almost as screens in order to get open. That makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're march off another 15 against your squad.
No, she's right there.
So the
no,
face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
She's right here.
After the penalty, it's Jones.
Dude.
And this play will be blown.
Where am I, guys? Like,
yardage back at the 38. That's going to wind up a loss of.
Am I supposed to run back 5 yards on that toss first?
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind
overthrew that bitch.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. They'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Bradley
wide open
in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
third down. Here's Haskins. And that will be incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Fielded at about the 28. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
50, plant. Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
You can't block me. You can't block me. 59 mark, 59 mark. Check, 59. Got you. I got you. Ready?
He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of the 1st down.
So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either
Not
way.
the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Darius Leonard able to record his 5th sack of the season. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
To throw on 3rd down. Haskins. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Vita Vea in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Damn it, dude!
And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't. Not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid.
Who blocked that, man? Good
first
block.
down, a gain of 13.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
He'll look to throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. And with good timing, you get a completion, as we just saw there.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And his throw is incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Watch that end, tight end's right. Tight end's right. We got three, fellas, we got three. Mike three. Combo. Hey, tight down, there you go.
2nd and 10. He finds Dorsett, it's complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw. And he has the first yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
Broncos really thought that blitz wire.
His number again, it's his 6th catch and a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Now Gordon on 1st down. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll set up to throw. They'll set up the screen to Balazs. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Looking to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. Well, I'm sure he likes his performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the 4th quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup was just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see, and other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
Check the backer, check the backer.
Protein spill.
Again, it's Jones. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
And the Steelers on third down. Well, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. Here it's 3rd and 2. Back to throw here. Got his man. It's caught.
Got him over
there. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
I like that, man. That dude's beast, too.
Contributors, but that's his second touchdown game. He's one of the key
I don't know.
guys.
No, not really, but I know they're at
They'll be
Siobhan.
looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 13. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone.
What's tonight, Monday?
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Haskins. This one caught by Ridley. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. The Broncos on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the gun, Haskins on third down.
Oh, that was sick.
That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They're going on 4th down. Haskins.
Yeah, I see, boy. What the hell is
traffic,
this?
and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32.
You see that? It's right there.
29-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation,
Who chatted on there? Who messaged?
you have to claw your way
Yeah,
back
go to live chat.
That one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
On first down, it's Gordon.
Let me see real quick.
2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it.
LOLTYZRU gets sprayed.
They run it with Velage. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. Not something you want to see in week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back.
No, keep running.
No, I know. I'm just saying that.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1.
Running so. Oh, touchdown. Oh, bullshit.
Get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Run his ass over like a human bulldozer.
Third down, went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They'll set up a throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. First quarter, Charles, you really emphasized the importance of winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. They haven't forced a single turnover in this game.
And right now they're losing, so no turnovers might lead to no victory.
Another shot from the one on 2nd and goal. Second and 1. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They're going to look to throw. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
Whenever you see a team deciding to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, as a defensive player, my mindset is we've got them now, and that's why they dialed up the blitz and got after them.
But occasionally, you want to pass it on 3rd and 1. I mean, not a lot for sure, but sometimes just to keep the defense guessing.
Oh, no doubt. You want to break tendencies as you go along with a game because you don't want them to just say, oh, 3rd and 1, we know exactly what they're going to do. But in this situation, as an offensive lineman, as a running back, I'd want to know why I didn't get the football.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will swell the lead to 16. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt. Obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. With his guys trailing here in the 4th, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
This pass into the hands of the running back, Todd Gurley. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Decent start there to the drive. Big hill to climb, needing 2 touchdowns, also a 2-2-point conversion.
So, partner, how do you eat an elephant?
I don't eat an elephant. Who eats elephant?
Well, if you do it 1 bite at a time. That's the way they've got to play this, 1 play at a time. Yes, there's urgency, but they have to be careful as well.
Let's go with like a 50-ounce ribeye. Yeah, 1 bite at a time.
All right, I'm with you.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. This is the tight end Fant. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Haskins gets him up to the line as quick as he can. On the crossing route, complete. That's Black. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
You got a safety?
That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Looking to throw, Haskins. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Black. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Here's Haskins. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. On third and goal, Haskins. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Well, they knew a lot of steps had to happen here. They got step one, the touchdown. You need a two-point conversion here, don't you?
You do, and as you continue to look ahead, if you're able to get that, somehow get the ball back and get another score, that would go for two again. That's why teams are practicing multiple two-point plays.
We saw that Super Bowl 51 with the Patriots getting a pair of big two-point conversions. A very pivotal two-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the fourth quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a one-score game, right? Touchdown, get two, and now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
Go now. 60 or. Watch 80.
That one looks like he'll fall here.
R1 flying.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Back to throw. He's going to fire one deep. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And Charles, I think